everyone, Linda here, the scrapbooking photographer. Today we are here for Mix It Up Monday. Now Mix It Up Monday is a monthly hop run by Tara O'Rourke over at the Paper Snog community, where we are given a sketch each month to combine traditional scrapbooking along with a little bit of mixed media and that kind of thing. So this is the sketch we've got for today, produced from Kay's mum, who is our very own Jennifer Gain. I hope I've said her name right. And what I'm doing is combining it also with a new challenge which has been started up this year for documenting our weekly everyday moments. So it's called the 52 Week Challenge and it's run by Miranda Weber from My Scrappy Life. I missed the first week, but anyway, what I thought I'd do is start with my morning. It's amazing that at 5:30 every morning my dogs can wake me up. One of them in particular is a very time conscious, and it can be anything between 5:28 and 5:31 where Lulu will come and say, come on, time to get up. So off we go, the four of us outside, and do our morning bits and pieces. And at this time of year it's still light at 5:30 in the morning, and at New Year's Day at the beginning of the year the gorgeous sunrise comes in the morning and we get to enjoy that together. So this particular morning the sun was just starting to come up behind the hills in the distance, and the girls quite happily huddled around checking the chickens and doing their morning bits and pieces. So I thought what I'd do is use this as the big circle at the back of that sketch and then fit these photos around and combine it with some peach pie from Stampin' Up in both the A4 cardstock and also the glimmer paper. So I've gone ahead and used my creative memory system to make a bigger circle with my red blade on the glimmer paper, and then I've come in and used the blue blade on the photo itself to get that circular shape. Then I've come in with the smaller circle and used the red blade on the photo and the green blade on the glimmer paper, and that will give me just a smaller frame around these smaller photos. So I'll pop those down here, and I've used some peach pie cardstock just to mount this photo of the three girls. So I'm thinking that I can kind of pop these together like so, and I will probably change where Jen has put the journaling and just work around the photos underneath rather than on top, because I have the photo on top, not pen and paper. And I'll also put my title, which is just 2025, around here. But before I do any of that, I need to do some mixed media. So what I've got out is the nectarine and fern colours from Close to My Heart, and I see on the sketch that we've just got sort of splodgy bits around the place, so I'll use some plastic bag technique around the edges. So I'm just going to mark where the circle kind of goes, just so that I don't waste the ink in the middle of the page. Put those to one side, and then I'll get myself set up for this mixed media. So just on the glass mat, I'll put some of the fern, and then I was going to spray it with a little bit of water and use just the bottom of a plastic bag to pick it, smush it around, pick it up and transfer it onto the white willow. Right, now I'll just clean that off with a paper towel. And I'll give it a good clean when I'm finished. But as we're mixing the colours anyway, I don't think it particularly matters if they're mixed a little bit on the mat or on the plastic bag, so I'll use the same for both. And I'm not even cleaning that bag, just using the same one to pick up the nectarine and splosh it around in similar place. I can ditch the mat actually and just I'm hoping this nectarine colour will just highlight the sunrise colour nicely. Right, I might throw that out now and have a bit of a clean up. Might need a little bit more down the bottom, I think. Watched my video about organising stencils, you will have seen this folder on there, but I'm just going to find a stencil in here. I can link that video below so that you can find it if you're looking for it, but there's a stencil here that has circles and stars, and I thought it might be quite nice to try some of that in the background also. Pop those away. So I have this shimmery white embossing paste from Stampin' Up. It's new, but I have opened it just to have a look. So I'm going to leave that lid there so that it helps to seal it when I'm finished. But I'll just try and mix some of it with that nectarine colour. I don't want too much, and I certainly don't want to waste it. So I'll just mix this around and get that a little bit coloured, just to blend into the background and highlight that sunrise and that beautiful golden glow. And I think the shimmery in it will help too. So I'm just going to pop this over the top of part of the stencil. And then a little bit more over this side. And you can see, if I can get the angle right, you can see some of the shimmer on that. But it actually blended really well with the colour, so it's quite a subtle effect. It doesn't stand out too much at all. I won't put any more down the bottom because that's where I want to journal. But what I am going to do is put this on another piece of scrap paper and save it. So that it's not wasted and it can be used on a different project. I didn't think I had enough, but as it turns out I've got way too much, so that's a lesson to learn. Oops, let me see. Pop that aside to dry and have a clean up. Okay, now I'm not sure if that's dried off yet, but while we're waiting for it to dry properly, I'll cut out my letters, or my numbers, and I can use this little piece of scrap here. That and paper on here, and we're going to need 2 2s obviously. And before I take those out, I'll just do the second 2 and then we'll take them all out at once. nice big numbers for our title, which is just 2025. How cool to get something done so quickly. I think that's probably dry now. We can stick these together without worrying about that too much at the moment. I'm looking forward to seeing what other people have for these two hops. The 52-week challenge is obviously every week and every Monday. And I don't know why I thought it started on the 13th of January. Heaven only knows how I was going to get 52 weeks out of the year starting a week late. But anyway, I'm here now, and this was the first page that I wanted to do. After that, I think it doesn't really matter what order they go in, but I thought sunrise was sort of logical to be day one of the year. So watch out for these videos during the year. They'll be interesting to get to know people a little bit too about what's going on in their lives, and you know, as they document everyday activities. And you know, it's easy to take everyday things for granted, but we really shouldn't, and it's neat to have them documented for us to be reminded of, and also for future generations to know what we did. Now, am I brave enough to put these in without the page? I can probably know where that one's going, I hope. So that can just go in there. Fits nicely there, and this one is going to go there. Might just double check that it fits across the bottom of the page. Yep, so if I put some sticky down there. Okay, now we can probably stick this on. I think it's dry enough. Now I was going to put these letters around the outside, but I think they might get a little bit lost, so I'm wondering if I could do something a little different here. Kind of in the middle of the page, like so. So before I journal and add any embellishments, I'm just wondering if I mount it on a dark piece of the peach pie all the way round, or I just feel it needs a little bit of a highlight. Another thought I had was doing a little frame in here, and I think that's what I'm going to go with. So I'll just see what it looks like before I stick it down, and come in about an inch. Just really to centre our eyes on the main event, which is the sunrise. Kind of like that. So I've cut these strips at 1/4 inch wide, but the A4 cardstock from Stampin' Up isn't quite 12 inches. So that's why I'm just ripping it in the right spot behind these photos so that I can have a gap hidden behind them. I think that's going to make a difference. Yep, that's what we're going to do. So I've done my journaling off camera, which just says how beautiful and serene it is out at 5:30 in the morning at this time of year. Not quite so beautiful when it's winter. Now I've just found these flowers in my stash too, which I think go quite nicely with the colour scheme on this page. So I'm going to add a few of those in. We'll stick those together and put a little sequin in the middle of that top flower, I think, and dot a couple of sequins around the page as well. And that is my page done for Mix It Up Monday and also week 1 of the 52-week challenge. So thank you very much to Tara, the paper snob, for hosting Mix It Up Monday, and to Jen for that beautiful sketch that we have been working with today, and also to Miranda for instigating the 52-week challenge. Awesome. Thank you so much, everybody. I hope you have a lovely day and get some time to do some crafting of your own. I'd love to have you as a subscriber on my channel. And if you leave a thumbs up or a comment, then YouTube will know that it's worth showing other people my channel and head them this way. So thanks very much, everybody, and happy crafting.